Hello everyone, welcome to Gosport Railworks. My name is James and today I'll be doing a extra little review because I'm trying to keep up with all my rolling stock purchases. So I'll be doing a little review on the N-Gauge Bachmann Thomas, as you can see here. Rather colourful Ico. First of all, I'll get all the boring stuff out of the way. Since Thomas normally comes around with Annie and Clarabel, I'll be doing a review of them as well. So lots of product codes. So this is the Bachmann Thomas, Annie and Clarabel. Item numbers are 58791 and 76094 and also 76095. And in the packaging you don't really get much, as you can see. It's very empty space in there. And on the back of the packaging, you just get the colourful bits of information. With Thomas, you do get the extra bits of get the warranty, which we're not going to read. This little leaflet, which I'm not going to read, and also you get the instruction sheet, which is fairly large that side, and also the exploded diagram on the other side, which is fairly useful. It does actually looks like the engine has got little bearings on the inside, so that's also nice to know. But the reason why I figured I'll get myself one of these is I've been looking for Thomas for a while, and the new one has come out. So I've got myself the new Bachmann Thomas, and I'm quite impressed with it so far. I've had a quick run around the layout, and I will mention for its size it's quite heavy. It's also quite small for its prototype, because I've matched up with the LBSCR E2, which I've got made from a 3D print, and it's very little, but I'll show you that when we get onto the layout. So here he is. He does have NEM pockets, which is very surprising. So I don't know where all the weight is. I think he might have a weight on the inside, because the outside feels, I don't want to say it's metal, but it does feel plasticky, so it's probably just plastic, and most of the weight's from the running board. He has got his little happy face on. He is based off the CGI series, so those of us who are fans of the model series, he's not quite as accurate as he should be, but never mind. But yeah, there's NEM pockets. I haven't opened them up, but I suspect you could DCC him, but you need a very tiny decoder to fit inside. I don't even know how much space is inside, so we'll leave that as it is. So yeah, he's got NEM pockets. These two have got NEM pockets. I will also mention that the moulding and that lot for these two are both identical, which is actually incorrect, because Clarabel should be the brake coats, because she's meant to have a guard compartment on the end. But otherwise they're fairly well detailed, and you'll see much better on the close-up. So I'll pop them two down there. We'll still talk about Thomas, but what detail he has got is fairly well detailed. He has got lamp brackets on the front, none on the back unfortunately. He has got a resembling of a coupling hook with a fake little splodge, just to say that it's meant to be there on the front and back. He's got his usual red lining, though from what I've heard from everybody, he hasn't got red lining on the back, but I've also heard that during the series he does lose it at some point, so that's somewhat prototypical. I'll do a quick weight test in a sec, so I'll turn it on and we'll keep talking about Thomas. His coupling rods could have been a bit better. They're a bit squared off, but that may be in the CGI, so I've never actually seen the CGI apart from the one episode, and thought, no, I'll go back to the model series. You can't see on the inside or straight through because it's all blacked off, but considering how small he is, it's not all that surprising. His rear lamp is rather small, and also he has got vacuum pipes on the back and front, so very nice. Anyway, let's see how much he weighs. And he weighs 29.8 grams, so it's fairly much a fair amount for how big he is. To put in comparison, he's basically slightly smaller than the LBSCR Terrier. So, I'll say they're already small, and he's even smaller. So, the fact that he's 9 grams heavier is quite surprising. And Annie and Clarabel come in at 12.6, and I'm going to guess it's 12.6 as well. 12.6. I'll bring up Annie because he's actually correct. But yeah, they're quite nicely detailed. You can see through the windows on Annie and Clarabel. However, they're slightly frosted, so you can't see. Well, I say slightly frosted. It's just not pretty transparent, so you can't see any inside detail. And considering how light these are, I don't want to say that there's any detail on the inside. No detail on the bottom, apart from what you can probably see on the side. So, yeah, for the basic coats, it's not too bad. At price, I'll quickly do that. £80, which is quite good for a Bachmann. These are £20 each, so still not too bad. I do also have troublesome trucks, but I'll review them when I get Percy, because I have pre-ordered him. So, yeah, let's have a quick look on the turntable. I'll put these all together, and you can have a closer look of everything. So, yeah, I'll see you in a bit. Thomas the Tank is a British anthropomorphised fictional steam locomotive in the Railway series books by Reverend Wilbur Awdry and his son Christopher, published from 1945. He became the most popular and famous character in the series and is the title protagonist in the accompanying television spin-off series Thomas and Friends. When Awdry created Thomas, the engine only existed as a wooden toy made for his son Christopher. The engine looked rather different from the character in the books and the television series, and carried the letters NW on his side tanks, which stood for Nowhere according to Awdry. Thomas wasn't originally based on a prototype, rather the initial stories were an accompaniment to the toy made for Christopher. After Awdry's wife encouraged him to publish the stories, the purpose of the second book in the Railway series, Thomas the Tank Engine hired an illustrator named Reginald Payne. Awdry selected a real locomotive for Payne to work from and to create authenticity, a Billington-designed E2 class of the London, Brighton, South Coast Railway. This may have been chosen simply because Awdry had a photograph to hand. Although Thomas locomotives are seen today on various heritage railways, the locomotives are either unpowered decoys or converted from other locomotives, as all prototypes of the LBSCR E2 class locomotives were scrapped between 1961 and 1963. Well, as you can see here, Thomas is on my bottom port layout, and I've also got my test rake set up, and also I've got my LBSCR E2 sat next door to him, and as you can see, he's nearly half the size. If you want to get a more size prototypical Thomas, you might have to make your own like this one, but yeah, otherwise he's this big. But yeah, I'll just take the E2 away. But yeah, I have heard that the Tomitech, I think it's Tomitech or Tomix, don't know if that's actually either one. The other one is bigger, but he's much larger, by I don't know, something like that. So while it may be a bit closer to the size of the E2, it's probably bigger than the E2, so we'll not bother with that one. Anyway, got my test rake set up, which is probably just under 10 times his own weight, probably 9 or 8, closer to that. But I'll be adding Annie and Clarabel on as well, so it'll probably be closer to 10 times his own weight then. But let's see him go around the layout, and actually he's got a very nice crawl. And I have stored him, there we go. For DC, that is rather nice. I have heard that he is geared for very slow movements. It's a very nice motor. Doesn't help that my track needs a clean as always. But yeah, let's put him into forward and get him to go around the layout. And he's quite quiet, which I'm quite happy with as well. Now, Bachmann locomotives might be noisy, well, not noisy, it might be expensive. They do perform well. Well, in end gauge anyway, or in this case end scale, because this is the American Bachmann. But yeah, he's very quiet and he runs very well even on poorly maintained tracks. That is very nice. And ooh, probably needs a bit more of speed for that one. Anyway, I'm going to zoom out. We'll have a quick run round with Annie and Clarabel. Then we can get them connected to the test rake. So, oop. There we go. There we go. Also gonna get my test rake ready. Have given him a bit more power this time just to make sure he goes around. Just without the windmill in the background, so it looks a bit more like Thomas the Tank. Well, the series that is. And he should be able to get past this. There we go. So yes, let's see how much he can pull now. So he is just under 30 grams. So there he is, he's coupled up to the test rake. Ooh, slight stall, but he is pulling. A large amount of coaches for such a little engine. It is wheel slipping, but there is a slight incline over there. So I'm going to say 8 coaches, probably a bit too much for him. So I'm not going to put Annie and Clarabel on. But he can pull 8 coaches. Let's just see if we can do it one more time. Yeah, coaches are slowing down a little. Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely not 8 coaches. Probably 6 might be his max. But you wouldn't really want to make him pull anything other than Annie and Clarabel. So I'm going to just put him to a stop in a moment. Pop him on the other track. Ooh, and not derail everything. And just so I can see what I'm doing. Much happier. So yes, it's a rather nice model, and while he's not accurate for the model era, he might be closer to accuracy for the CGI era, but at price point at £80 and then £20 each for his 2 coaches, 100. That's basically just roughly £120 because it's not quite £20 each. But yeah, I'm quite happy with this, and this is probably what Engage really needs, because for the price point of what ensigns normally are, no, normally much more expensive, because yeah, my Terrier costs 60 to 70, so only just a bit more. But this will, no, it's a popular character, and it's on a cheaper end of Engage, and it is compatible with all Engage stock. So if you want to get anybody interested in Engage and a fan of Thomas, this is something to look at. And if you're a long time Thomas fan like myself, you could probably pick one up for yourself as well. So yeah, I'm quite happy with this. The only thing which I might need to point out, which might be a bit off, is the one isn't quite centered. It might just be me. It should probably be about a little bit over. Oh well. It might be accurate to the CGI for that bit. But I'm quite sure that's meant to be more to the centre. But oh well. But yes, I'm going to send Thomas off on his way. There he goes. But yeah, like I said, if you want somebody to want to introduce a younger person to Engage and want a fairly robust model, because there's not really much you can break on this one, I would get them a Thomas, or maybe a Percy, which I'll be reviewing next time. Anyway, it's from James from Gosport Railworks, and I hope you enjoyed the video. So I see, don't stall there. So yeah, I'll see you again next time. Take care now. Bye bye. Bye bye, Thomas.